Hi, I'm Dr. Amanda Sturgill, and I'm a faculty member here at Elon. I teach the iMedia elective dealing with search engine optimization, social media, and analytics. This is a very fast-changing field with a lot of things to keep up with, and I want to give you an introduction to the big picture issues that help shape the strategic corner of the interactive media world. In this lesson, we'll first talk about the model that mass communication has moved to account for readers and viewers who don't want to pay for content. Then I'll talk a little bit about how you get your content to be effective in a world where the audience has never had more choices. Finally, we'll talk about ways to survive in this era of super competition, including using social media and search placement to drive your content to the top. There are 2 videos in this lesson. At the end of each video, I'll provide a link to a reading I'd like you to complete. Once you have, please meet me on our course discussion board to share your experiences with and learn from other iMedia alums also dealing with the changing world of media. Let's get started. Now, the first thing you want to keep in mind is that people have instrumental needs for their media use. This makes sense if you think about it. They have a reason for making the effort to use the media. You may remember learning about news values when you were here. Things like timeliness and proximity. These are a part of the instrumental need for information. Now, what happens when we move into interactive media? Well, we look at 3 different kinds of needs. The first is that people want to find things in real life. So for example, I might want to find a restaurant to eat at, or a place to get my oil changed, or a new suitcase. So there are some things that will make a site more or less useful for me to find things. With a restaurant, I may prefer one that's close to where I'm located now, or one that's open at the time that I search, for example. A site that can let me tell these things easily, I'm going to like. The second is that same informational need we would think of when we are looking at the traditional mass media. The difference is that traditional media are push media. The communicator decides the message and then sends it to the viewer or user or reader. Interactive media are a mix of push and pull media. So your news site can tell me that Tony Abbott is the Prime Minister of Australia in a story, pushing me the information, or I can search for it, pulling the information out of a database. So satisfying users means pushing things people want and making pulling as intuitive as possible. Finally, people want to do tasks online. A lot of these tasks are social. Sharing information with a friend, for example. Information might be, here's a cute photo of a grumpy cat, or my coffee was too hot this morning, hashtag first world problems. One other task that is increasingly moving online is that people want to buy things. They want to buy shoes and toys and electronics, but one thing most people don't want to buy is information. Unless information is unique in some way, uniquely good in the case of something like a New York Times, which has made a paywall work, or uniquely available in the case of some very local news sites, people will migrate to wherever they can find it for free. So, monetizing online information has become increasingly tricky. Companies have come up with several ways to try to make money off of interactive sites. The first model, for people who want to do things, is the freemium model. In this model, which you can see in companies like Skype and Hootsuite, a basic level of service is free, and this is what most people will use. However, a more advanced level with increased functionality is also available for a price. Those who pay the price pay for the service. The second model, for all kinds of users, is the advertising model. This is similar to the funding model that mass communication has been around for all of recent history. Companies who deliver content sell ads to other companies. Users see the ads when they access the content. If you are the delivering company, a very functional site with relevant content is key to getting users to visit the site and ultimately to your getting paid. The third model, also for all kinds of users, is the targeted advertising model. One of the new attributes of interactive media is that you can get pretty reliable information about the people who use your news or information, where they come from, where else they have been, what they do on your site. Now imagine you are a TV network and you have someone who visits your site to watch streaming episodes of, say, The Big Bang Theory. When that same user looks at stories on your news site, you know that they like Big Bang and you can serve them an ad for a Bazinga t-shirt. By using tracking, you serve more relevant ads that may get more people to buy things, and you win. If your tracker shows that this user always clicks on stories about auto racing, you can also have his page load with any racing stories he hasn't clicked on the top. Every time he clicks, he goes to a new page and sees different ads, and again, you win. There's also a more indirect way, content marketing. The basic idea is that you provide strong content. People come and consume your content because it is strong. They interact with you because of your content, which we'd call engagement. Eventually, they start seeing you as an expert. They trust you and buy something from you, which we'd call conversion. If you play your cards right and they really like your product or service, they eventually become an ambassador for you, bringing others in to buy your products. This is a somewhat novel way to find and convert customers, and the implications of this for how you create content will be the second half of this lesson. For now, please read the referenced article and come and participate on our discussion boards before the next video releases.